Hi, welcome to Apex Concepts, where I go through Apex concepts, but at a bit more of a mild pace. And I'm finally back after a, like, what, 5 day break? I'm back. And I'm going to be covering Paladin, the righteous engineer. She's a support who has a lot of offense as well. And her backstory goes a little, I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to leave it in the comments if you want to read it, because I decided to make this like 2.5 pages of Google Doc, so you can read it in the comments. Well, not in the comments, in the description. But basically, she finds out she's related to Kuben Blisk. We meet this new planet called Bourbisk, which is essentially Mad Max Fury Road, but on a planet. And she finds this binder, realizes, oh, well, crap, I gotta join the Apex games to get more information. So she bolts off. And that's pretty much it. And what? Like, Blisk is like her cousin. Actually, no, actually, it's her brother. Because her mom had her when she was like 70. But now let's get into her actual abilities. The only things that actually matter. Her passive, Vengeful Strike. So, like I said, she is an offensive but supportive character, which is where this comes in. So, she can essentially punch faster, but whenever she hits someone, she will heal her teammates for 10, just whatever, in a 6 meter radius. She will only self heal 5, though. Now, this ability is kind of funny because against, say, single target like weapons, like say, boom, you get shot with PK, but they just skim you barely, so you clock them right upside the head, and that slight little healing lets you press onward. Overall, this is kind of just a weaker passive. I mean, it's pretty strong, but with the like kind of like lock on punch nerf, she won't be as strong as she could have been. And her tactical righteous javelin. So she throws a javelin that I'm thinking is gonna do like 35 damage if it hits someone. It hits someone to fall back down. And essentially, after 5 seconds, it'll deal 30 shield damage and it'll stun them for 2 seconds. And it'll heal teammates 20 shield in an 8 meter radius. So essentially, it becomes like this objective where your teammates want to get in that zone and your enemies want to get out of that zone. Or if you're in, say, a building where all the doors are blocked off, you could have some fun and slam that down. And her ultimate, Call to Arms, it's someone is actually one of the more broken abilities because she can immediately revive a teammate as long as she has a death box. So, let me give you an analogy. So, you're playing like duos with little Timmy, right? He dies and you literally can't get him because there's like 20 teams fighting on him. But you realize, oh, I'm playing Paladin, so I can revive him. You do not need to get his banner, and even if it times out, you can still use this ability. So you walk up to a death box and you zap it to life, and they revive with all the stuff in that box. Now, what if you have 2 teammates? Well, sadly, you can only use it on 1 teammate. Of course, if you have like 1 timed out teammate and 1 teammate whose banner you have, I would recommend using it on the timed out teammate. Because the cooldown for this ability is going to be like 6 or 7 minutes. 7 minutes sounds about right. And it's going to be kind of like Loba, where you only get like a small ult acceleration from using ultimate accelerants. So it's kind of busted in the moment, but after that, you're just kind of stuck with nothing. Oh, yeah, also, when your teammates have to be dead, which it could be pretty nice in those situations where your enemies immediately thirst, so you can run up to it and slap it back to life. Although, I just think it'd be like kind of like the startup, so 3 seconds startup, then you use it, so it's not going to be immediate. Boom, they're back. All right, so we have still more to talk about her. I guess that first thing is going to be the support passive, which I, probably like a lot of others, believe that there should be a support passive, which is the supply bin. Now, I haven't mentioned this at all, but I probably will in my next 7 Apex concepts, being a class perks. And the support class perk is being able to open up supply bins. So yes, she would have this ability as well. Maybe Lifeline could have something a little better than it. I don't know. But overall, Paladin is a character who has a lot of assault abilities with her javelin and her passive, but she can also support her team, which is purely like in her ultimate. Actually, no, it's in literally all of her abilities. Now isn't she's not like the designated healing legend, but it's definitely like really good if you have like a knocked enemy, so you just keep slapping them a couple times to keep your teammates alive who would have died. You'd pop in that med kit while you're in the ring. Which this is kind of why I think she would make a great addition. Now, punching passives aside, okay, who am I kidding? It's a punching passive. Of course, it's gonna be busted, but I mean, not as busted as Forge was supposed to be. I guess Forge was teased to be, but that doesn't matter. Wanna know why? Well, think of what we say. Think about games, sweat, get W's, and I will see you beautiful people later.